Welcome to Torah Talks Chazaq's Tuesday night program with special guests. We have with us a very, very special guest, very dear friends, Shimon and Rubin Kolyakov. Baruchim haba and welcome. Wow.
It's so great to be here.
We go back for, what is it? How long is Torah Anytime around?
Almost 20 years.
Almost 20 years we've known each other, probably.
It's crazy.
What were you, 15 when we first met you?
No,
beard.
maybe even more.
Oh, Hashem.
They're giving away his age now.
Keep it a secret. But this is very exciting, and the funny thing is I always start off by a little bit of background, but between me and the viewers and the world, I don't think we need a background about Torah Anytime. I think everybody knows about the amazing work of Torah Anytime and the website and the Daily Dose and the app and the books, and there's so much happening, and it's actually a perfect time to have a Torah talk with you guys because it was smack in the middle of the most historic campaign that has ever happened in Torah Anytime history, and I want to actually, we usually don't do this, but I want to start off by talking about this campaign and why this is special and why this sticks out, and then we'll get to the Torah talk about your drive and your mission about being in Chazaq, so Rabbi, spreading Torah.
Thank you, Rabbi Yaniv. First of all, I just want to tell everyone watching and listening that Torah Anytime and Chazaq was actually started in the same year of 2006 by two Bukharian brothers from the Beit Gavriel community. So many similarities, and Baruch Hashem too became huge worldwide organization. So
it's great. People think we're brothers, but we are.
Yeah. So Rabbi Yaniv, tremendous Chazaq Baruch to what you do.
Just Chazaq.
Baruch Hashem. Okay, so yes, we are actually having a campaign right now.
As we speak.
Yeah, it's not too often we have one of these type of campaigns.
Once every year.
Not even once a year. Most organizations have it yearly. I think Chazaq does. We have it once every year and a half. And one of the reasons we have it once a year and a half is because personally, I don't like to do these things. I try to ignore it for as long as we can until we're forced to put a date on the calendar.
We're hanging on a thread,
So Baruch Hashem, we put a date on the calendar. It's happening right now and ending just a few days from now on the 29th of May, right after Shavuot, Bezat Hashem.
Perfect time. Shavuot, the time we're receiving Torah.
Exactly.
And Torah is being
Torah Anytime.
12 million hours of Torah.
12 million hours a year. Was last year. Bezat Hashem, we should break it this year. Every year we're going higher, so it looks like we're going to break it this year. And so I encourage all of your viewers and listeners of this incredible Torah Talks to go to raistan.com / Torah Anytime, or you could just go to Torah Anytime. You'll see banners everywhere.
Just simply click it.
Just go there and don't just make a donation. Rabbi Yaniv, you know how this works. Make it big, make it large, make it as big as you can, because there's nothing like spreading Torah. 100%. There's no mitzvah. There's Talmud Torah Keneged Kolam.
And you know what? This is interesting because even though we do spread 12 million hours, many people want a piece of that action. So we're actually giving people the opportunity to own those hours. I don't think I've ever seen that before. We've never done that before.
So you're giving the merits out to the masses.
They could do it for dedicating in a memory. They could do it for a Refuah Shlema, Hatzlacha, anything. With the 12 million hours, it's a nice piece of the pie.
I think the Rambam says actually, please correct me if I'm wrong, that the person who tries to get others to donate, it's a greater mitzvah than the person who actually donates 100%.
Himself. That's right.
So you can't go wrong.
Don't just give, but create a team.
There's some Torah right there.
What Rabbi Yaniv just said, create a team. That's the way, because teamwork makes the dream work.
If you don't have a team, then donate to the Chazaq team. In all seriousness, this is very exciting. And it's not just a campaign where it's raising money, but it's giving you the schut, the merit of owning the Torah that's being learned.
And it's interesting. We took all our expenses of Torah Anytime, all the server fees, the web hosting fees, the storage fees, all the software developers, all the marketing, and so much more. We said we spread 12 million hours. How much is each hour that we spread is costing us? We made the calculation. It comes out, you're not going to believe this, 25 cents an hour.
Wow.
What a deal. What a deal.
Like you put the quarter in the machine.
25 cents. And that's the opportunity we're giving people who are watching and listening to own those hours of Torah forever, for eternity. So grab this opportunity. There's never been anything like it before.
You convinced me. It was just for that. We're always been...
Of course, Chazaq made a team.
No. Put the team to the side. Contributing and promoting and pushing. Very, very, very excited about it. And let's just jump for a moment about being Mizaki Torah, spreading Torah to the masses. As the saying goes, I don't remember which rabbi from Torah Anytime says this, but the most Torah without walls. What's the lashon?
It's the largest yeshiva in the world without walls.
Yeah, I love it. Amazing, powerful. So is being Mizakar Rabbim, spreading Torah to the masses, is it for everyone, or is it for like the rabbis, or it's for the speakers, or it's for the guys that created it? Let's say the average person is watching and he wants to also be part of the fun.
But Rabbi, we are average people. I don't understand the question.
There we go.
There's no difference. I mean, how did it all start? We just took a little audio recorder, started videoing. You have to be creative. There's so many things you could do. Whether it's distributing the Chazaq, the newsletters, or some other part of the world, they print the Torah Anytime Times newsletters and they give it out in their shuls. Or it could be the guy setting up the chairs in shuls. Or it could be the guy forwarding messages that they get, the daily doses. It's so easy, and you're a part of it. You are officially a part of the entire 12 million hours. You know how it works. 100%. When you take a flame, put it on another flame, you don't lose anything. 100%. It's 100%. That's
not only that, but nowadays, like you said, with all this new technology, it's so much easier. It's 100 times easier to be able to be Mizakar the Rabbim. Back then, we didn't have WhatsApp. The smartphones weren't even there. They were just coming out. What does that even mean? Emails. That was a big thing. Email blasts, right? But there's so many ways right now you could do it. You can go to one of these websites, one of the news websites, and it talks about a rabbi's coming to town, make a comment, share the page, go to live events. Chazaq makes over 1,000 live events or something a year. I don't even know. It's like it's not possible to keep up. But there's really so many ways you can do it, and really so much technology, and that's why Hashem created the internet, Hashem created smartphones, Hashem created obviously all these things. We couldn't have done it without Hashem's blessing.
Social media, the whole social media world.
That's what it's about.
If people got, let's say, $1 for every time they forward a message,
what?
People will be forwarding left and right.
Non-stop.
But people don't realize the value is much greater than that. It's real. It's not just something we say. You forward a message, the person puts a smile on their face, they're in a bad mood, they haven't spoken to someone in a long time, they hear a dose about pick up the phone, make that phone to someone you haven't talked to. We get these messages all the time. But imagine if each one listening takes upon themselves to forward one message a day, every day, no matter, it could be midnight, you didn't do your forward yet, you have to do it.
That's 30 seconds. That's all it takes. 30 seconds. And I think it was Chofetz Chaim that said, if people understood the value of bringing one Jew back, he would do that all day, running after people, telling them to learn Torah, to spread Torah. Obviously, nowadays we have WhatsApp. But again, it's that much more easier. And we don't realize because we're walking and there's piles of diamonds on the floor. And people are like, there's so many diamonds, I'll pick up the one at the next block. Because Hashem in His Chesed gave us so many opportunities. Maybe we don't look at it as so valuable because usually society says what? If it's rare, it's important. If it's all over the place, it's not important. But that's just the opposite. Hashem is giving us so many opportunities to spread it around.
It's like Rabbi Chaim Magshaw, man. What does he say? Exactly. He wanted to give Am Yisrael, the Jewish people, as chuyot. There for her, Torah, and give them so much Torah,
so many opportunities,
mitzvahs, and we have all these opportunities. And Torah is making people's lives easier to be able to spread Torah.
So we don't want people to think like, oh, I can't do what they're doing. There's no difference.
You're not supposed to be doing what we're doing. You're supposed to be doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Exactly.
Everybody has.
People are going to say, are you going to be like how are you going to be like Moshe Rabbeinu? I'm not going to be like a Moshe Rabbeinu. I'm not supposed to be like a Moshe Rabbeinu.
The best you can be.
I'm supposed to be a Rubin Kolyakov. You're supposed to be Rav Yaniv. He's supposed to be Rav Shimon. That's it.
When Mashiach comes, what are the two mitzvot that are going to make sure that we're going to be around? It's learning Torah and Chesed. Who says this? I forgot, but these are the two concepts I always hear. Those are the two. And with Torah anytime, you have both. You learn Torah and you share it. That's the Chesed. So we give people opportunity, just like Chazaq as well.
Such inspiration. What a Torah talk. I love it. It's my first time doing it.
And not only that, how did we get in? How did my brother get into Torah? How did I get into Torah? We didn't grow up this way. People did chesed with us.
People like Chazaq, who pulled us off from the street, 100%. From public
Shout
school.
Out to Rabbi Deutscher.
God bless him.
Rabbi Deutscher, Rabbi Feinstein, and Jeff as well.
It's amazing. You guys give such a chizuk. So the question is like this. Many people had a drive to make things happen, to spread Torah. And then unfortunately, they a little bit, time goes by and they lose that drive, that energy, that passion. But I see Baruch Hashem with the brothers, Kolyakov, the passion is constantly growing, the drive is constantly there.
You have to daven for it. You can't just want something. You have to daven, Hashem should make you matzliach in it. And to continue to be clear of what's important in life. It's so easy to get distracted, especially today.
100%.
Is it in your Shimon Esrei, are you davening that Hashem, please make me a better servant, make me see things clearly, make me have a desire and drive, even when I'm tired, to do that extra chesed, to do what else I can do to help someone out.
Now, Hashem, please give me the opportunity throughout the day that I could do these things. What do some people say? Hashem, I did a mitzvah. Can I have X, Y, Z now? When we don't realize we have to beg for Hashem for opportunities to do mitzvahs. It's a total opposite of what people say.
You guys give me such energy.
I heard from Rabbi Klatzko once. He does something called Chesed Roulette. You know what he does? He takes out his phone. I heard this from Rabbi Klatzko this year. I think it was a Chazaq in the Chazaq event. He says he has thousands of contacts. It could be hundreds too, no problem. Everyone has today has
Everybody has
100
numbers on their phone.
He just randomly goes through his phone and closes his eyes, stops at one person. Let me call this person and say hello to them.
Wow.
Could you imagine just randomly? Because as people, we only call people when we need something from them. Imagine you get a phone call from someone who just call and say hello. So what can I do for you? No, just call and say hello.
How you doing?
You know, I'm really. I did this for a while and I stopped. I'm gonna do this again now that I mentioned
you
this.
just inspired me.
And what are they gonna think on the phone? They're waiting for us to actually ask for something. And then after we hang up the phone, they're like, what just happened?
Just how you doing? What's going on? Give them some chizuk. 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
100%.
And you know what? They don't pick up. Do a WhatsApp message.
That's right.
Imagine. Just want to say hello. I just hope you're doing well. Just missed you. That's all.
Quick message.
I was thinking about you.
Unbelievable. So you mentioned Chesed, and I saw here before the Torah talk, we went through all the amazing projects that Torah Time is doing. The future projects Torah Time is going to be. Yeah, if we could just go through it.
This is all the projects here, and actually more. I'm just going to fit it over here.
Let's just go through it. The website we all know about, 1 million users.
Rabbi Yaniv, we've been working on a brand new website because technology changes over time.
But the website's beautiful.
It's good. It's a good website, but Yaniv,
I can't see it getting better. Like,
Yaniv,
what are you doing?
We have deal 1,000 times, but did you ever see WhatsApp or YouTube or Netflix never put out an update on their app? Every few weeks, there's updates going out.
The world's evolving.
Why? It works. Everything's fine. We have to keep up with technology. We're fighting. We always say we're fighting fire with fire. So now with the new website, you're able to have a history of everything you've watched, where you're holding every shear, speed control. You could leave comments. You could share in one button.
Wait, so currently there isn't these features?
No, you don't have any of these features. But the new website will have it, B'ezrat Hashem. How can we not have those things? You could make clips in the middle of watching a lecture. Oh, I like that piece.
Talking about clips, that's how the Daily Dose has come to life. Tell us about Daily Dose also. It's a daily WhatsApp.
It's a daily WhatsApp broadcast for over 4 years now. 4 years every single day. 2019 we started. Now Baruch Hashem, over 4 years later, over 40, 50,000 people getting them
40, 50,000?
6 different platforms on Instagram and WhatsApp and Naki Radio and Facebook. And B'ezrat Hashem, we're going to come out with a book very soon. And Baruch Hashem, we came out with an app because a lot of people said, you're up to dose 1600, 1700. I want to see dose number 1. I want to overdose on all these.
Here's the different ways. WhatsApp, email, hotline.
Yeah, Baruch Hashem, podcasting. So you can watch from dose number 1 all the way right now to over 1600 doses and be inspired and forward it. See, many people, they feel like, this dose didn't really affect me so much. But you probably know 5 people that it's going to hit. That's going to affect. Forward it to them. Forward it to them. It's
been a tremendous success, this Daily Dose program, because attention span of people is so low, Rabbi Yaniv, as you know. So we got to hit them in 2 minutes.
So the whole shears comes in 2 minutes?
It's the climax. It's like, boom. It hits you hard. And you know, our musical director, Yisrael Lament, a lot of the music he actually plays himself from keyboard.
Custom music.
Not all of it, but a lot of it. And it's unbelievable. He's so talented. And the ending words in the end, we got a lot of feedback from those ending words. It's like, oh, pierce right into my neshama.
Because you're going to watch a dose, but you want some sort of a takeaway. How can I apply this to my life right now? So those people who have a little trouble applying it, we give them a little suggestion.
And you know what they end up doing? They end up going to the full shir where the 2 minutes came from, because we put the links there. They watch the full lecture. And they end up watching from that speaker every week now. It all started with a 2-minute thing. It's a trick. It's bait. But they like this trick.
I actually saw feedback yesterday that there was these best friends who weren't talking for many, many months. And then they saw a dose that said, you know what? It's okay. Don't judge them. Forgive them. And they called them up the next day and they forgave each other. Wow. They made one person did that. How many people do that, but we don't know about it? Wow. You know what I'm saying? Everyone can be a part of that by simply forwarding these.
Just this morning, we got this testimonial yesterday. Check out what this says.
Exactly.
Listen to this. This is from Rabbi Meir Yedid. It's dose number 1,650. Just wanted to let you know how much this dose really spoke to me and helped me through a challenging time. Been having a challenging time keeping up with friendship with my best friend. I decided to text her my feelings and my view, and she responded. And Baruch Hashem, they have now a relationship again. It's incredible. We just got this yesterday from
This
a
is
radio.
real. It's not just something that we think up. We're actually, people are telling us with tears in their eyes. So it's really a big bracha to be a part of it. So there we got the Torah Anytime website. We got the daily dose for those who don't have an hour or half an hour attention span. Now they're doing 30-second things because 2 minutes is too much. Now they get these shorts. These stories and all these
We're
things.
keeping up. We have to keep up. We have a whole social media department, Baruch Hashem.
So can you tell us a little bit about that? People think it's two brothers running around with some cameras. That's what it used to be.
Rabbi Yaniv,
What's a team like today?
It's only about the team. If not for this team, none of this could happen.
I was impressed to hear
Hashem has
how
sent
many
us
developers in the office.
Right now we have 6 software developers.
6 software developers, a UX designer, secretary, we have musical director,
Keep in
editors.
mind, all this is our expenses. It's not just coming out of
And that's
nowhere.
exactly why we're having our
The
campaign
campaign.
right now. Please
Raise
encourage.
fund.
And you know what? Just so
Storytime.
people know what happens after campaigns, from our last campaign 18 months ago, we did a dozen things.
December of 2021.
December of 2021, we had a campaign. 2 days later, we closed on a property, which we're able to, Baruch Hashem, fill all these new workers and all these new Torah
the headquarters. We purchased the headquarters.
With the
Amazing.
studios.
2 days after the last campaign.
Just a couple of blocks from the
Yep.
Chazaq office.
Okay, the
it's
Kedusha's coming out.
Baruch Hashem.
It's coming from everything.
And we launched the Daily Dose app, and we're upgrading the regular Torah Anytime app. Baruch Hashem, we have over 100,000 downloads, by the way, on the Torah Anytime app. Over 10,000 5-star reviews. It's unheard of in a Jewish app. You know what I'm saying?
Where's the other 90,000 people? Why didn't they leave 5-star reviews?
Yeah, leave the reviews. Leave the reviews. Get it on
Takes a
top
few
of the
seconds and it helps the organization. Why not? I know that you guys just published also a book. If you could touch about that for a moment, about a very dear friend of ours.
Absolutely. So, as we all know, a little more than a year ago, our truly dear friend of both of ours, Rabbi Zachariah Wallerstein Zatzal, he unfortunately tragically passed away, and I still can't believe it to this day. Honestly, we spent
Not
so
a
much
day
time
goes by that
together.
we don't mention the rabbi.
Right.
We were talking in the office about a big event and speakers, and we're like, call Rabbi Wallerstein. And we're like,
Well, he passed away.
Yeah,
Wow.
if there would be one message of the book, or an insight, or a chiddush, or a quote from Rabbi Wallerstein Zatzal.
I don't know about a quote, but just seeing his life, there was no such thing as the words "I can't." Of what is accomplished. We all have to do something. Doesn't matter big or small. Do something. It's not about what you're doing. It's about do something, and that's the message really to everybody.
And you know what? To give the most lessons on what you can actually take from Rabbi Wallerstein's life, Baruch Hashem, this book, it's all about change. That we
right over here.
That we were zocheh to be a part of with Ornava. It's all about change. Over 100 chapters of Devar Torah given straight from Rabbi Wallerstein. You can actually see at the end of each chapter.
Most are his own personal stories.
That's right, from his father, from his Rebbe, from his kids, from his family.
It's like having a biography and a Divrei Torah and a Musar Sefer all in one.
And you can learn so much from him. Like, for example, just one thing. His father used to say, if your plate is full, get a bigger plate. You know what I'm saying? And he was so into Akar Satov, and he was so into Chesed, he was so into teaching, and every daughter is your daughter. If you aren't going to do that with your daughter, then you cannot treat them, you cannot speak to them, because they have to be like your daughter.
It's a very unique book, over 100 chapters, like my brother mentioned, and it's a short read. It's short and powerful. It's a very short read.
People like that.
And of course, this is the first book of its kind that we know of, where at the end of the chapter, there's a QR code where you could take your phone out, you scan it, and it'll take you to the video of Rabbi Wallerstein giving over what you just read. Of course, it's not exactly the same as written. It has to be modified to be written format. And guess what, Rabbi Yaniv? We understand that there are people, Baruch Hashem, holy tzaddikim, and don't have smartphones out there. And wonderful. I wish I'll get there one day. Amazing. So we also have a hotline they could call with an ID number. So they could listen to what you just read.
That's right.
So no excuses.
In the first 2 weeks, we sold 10,000 copies. Wow. And Baruch Hashem, now we're almost at 20,000 copies. And it's just doing amazing. It's in feldheim.com. You can check it in all the Jewish bookstores. And we see that the success, people love to read. It's not just watching videos and listening anymore. People want it on Shabbos. So B'ezrat Hashem, we're also going to come out with the Daily Dose book.
It's going to be similar, except hopefully no one has to pass away. And it's going to be over 30 different speakers. Same concept, short doses with the QR code but a variety of speakers.
So inspiring, so uplifting.
Yeah.
I get such energy just hearing all this. There's the Torah Anytime newsletter. There's the Rebbe Anytime project, Jewish
this is
Anytime
huge.
project.
These are new
a lot
projects.
of great
Most
things
people don't know
happening.
too much about them, but
and
these are
if people could get involved, because
raistan.com/Torah Anytime.
beat me to it.
Or they could actually call to make a donation as well.
What's the phone number?
718-682-8111.
One more time.
718-682-8111. And then like on AM radio, they say the third time, 718-682-8111. Pick up the phone, make a donation. It will be with you for eternity.
And people ask us, Torah Anytime, 1 million users a year. It's mind-blowing. 12 million hours a year. It's mind-blowing. And the Torah Anytime app and the newsletter and all these publications. Isn't it like enough already? Relax, guys.
It's depressing. Why?
It is. You know why? Because 1 million users. You know how many Yidden there are in the world? Can you imagine somebody who has 13 kids, relax, one of your kids is stark, they're religious, they're going to shul and they're davening, the other 12, it's okay, don't worry about it. Chas v'shalom, somebody thinks like that? Over 80% of Hashem's children, they don't have the schus. We have to daven for them, and we have to bring them back on. And Baruch Hashem, that's one of the reasons.
Jewish Anytime. What Jewish Anytime is going to be a
100%.
massive hero website for people who say, yes, I'm Jewish. They have the Star of David tattoo. They wear the whole thing. But that's really where it ends. Wow. They don't really know much about it.
That's really exciting.
We have to bring them in. We have to educate them just the same way that we were educated. We will pull them from the street. We can't just do things for the religious people. There's people who are curious, who are beginners, who are beginning their journey, and that's going to be a huge project. With Hashem, we should be successful. Jewish Anytime.
That's right. So, we're really working on so many things, and there's nothing that can give it over better than the new Torah Anytime film that was just released.
I heard about it. If you could tell us.
Just released.
What's the idea of the film?
The film is called Beyond the Walls. Why? Because we know that Baruch Hashem is the largest yeshiva in the world without the walls. But there's so much also, we have to get outside of our Dalet Amos, outside of our four walls. We have to go beyond the walls, and we have to bring more people back. Beyond the walls, it tells the whole story, the history of Torah Anytime in such a nice, beautiful way, such nice graphics, such nice
very
reporting.
interesting.
And
How long is this film?
It's somewhere around an hour.
It's about an hour, yeah. But it's if we're making it an hour, it's going to be interesting.
Everything Torah Anytime produces does not stop.
Everyone is going to sit down with some popcorn with their family, and they're going to enjoy it. You're going to laugh. You're going to cry at some points. You're just going to be so inspired throughout the whole thing. It's going to be amazing. Everyone's going to love it, and they can go to Beyond Walls.
Yeah, Beyond Walls.
.film. www.beyondwalls.film. Yes, and they're going to be able to see it. I also didn't know what to think. I found it. I said, "Oh, what a perfect extension!" So yes, if people are going to watch it, they're going to enjoy it. They're going to just be blown away of how much actually goes in to Torah Anytime. We don't just record and upload. We're not just a website anymore. There's so many other things out there that we do, and there's so many other things out there that everyone can do. And after watching this film, we hope the goal of it is to be inspired and to be a part of the team.
I love this quote. No one could do everything. Everybody could do something.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Everybody
I
could do
forgot
something.
where I heard that from. I apologize for about
It's a great quote,
but that's beautiful.
Powerful
That
quote,
was very
amazing
good.
quote. I see you guys, and the energy is just so like
Non-stop.
I love it. I love the energy. Now, is there any challenges that go through running this massive operation? A person watching this is like, this is amazing. They're like full of energy. And
Everything goes so smoothly, right?
Yeah. Is it always like that? Is it always a smooth road?
Rabbi Yaniv, I have to tell you, throughout the years, already almost 20 years of doing this, especially in the beginning, in the middle, we wanted to quit many times.
Oh wow!
We wanted to just.
This is a story we don't know about. Let's hear it.
It wasn't easy. We were unknown. We were trying to get people to take us seriously. The rabbis were like, "Torah who?"
I remember the challenges of the internet. I remember of war scenes I saw, and many other speakers. There would be like, "Internet, I'm out." I remember my brother trying to convince some rabbis and this and that. But if you could tell us the challenges you've been through and how you overcome challenges and give chizuk, inspiration to the masses, Many people are going through challenges, whether it's work, with family, with this, that. What inspiration you give them through your experiences and not giving up as well?
Rubin is probably going to talk about some of the technical challenges we had with developers, but just to start it off with the whole, like you just said, internet concept.
Yes.
The rabbis were afraid
Facebook
about it.
And you mentioned WhatsApp and smartphones.
And from day one, we were never promoting the use of the internet. It was only for people that have it anyway. You have it anyway, at least use it for something good. That was our message. That's where we stand. That was our hashkafa.
Remember the tagline, God's reason for the
internet, right? 100%.
That's not used anymore. So
Here and there. But there were a lot of challenges, a lot of convincing. People didn't think this is a good idea, that we could pull it off. But we knew. Hashem just gave us the siyata d'shmaya that video is going to be big. You're like, why do you need to watch a shir? I used to get this all the time. Why do you need to watch a shir?
I have to listen. I have tapes. That's fine.
Tapes
over 50% of the people on Torah Time are watching, not just listening. Of course, while you drive, you can't, you should be watching. But the list, so it's Baruch Hashem, it's really taken off, and it was a big constant challenge. Even to today, there's still some situations, some rabbanim who they're such fans of ours, but they can't publicly say it. Right. They can't say support Torah Time because it's internet. But more and more people are getting overcoming.
That's the idea of the hotline.
The hotline, but thank you for bringing that up. It gets over 2 million calls. There's many people out there that we don't push the internet, but we have over 2 million calls. You know what's going on over here? By the way, we have great opportunity for someone out there who Hashem has blessed financially at a high level. Check this out. Every time someone calls the hotline, it says, "Hello and welcome to the Torah Anytime phone learning system brought to you by..." Boom! Wow. Whoever that person is going to be, what a zechut.
2 million
times a year.
People.
Reach out to us, Shimon@TorahAnytime.com to find out how much it's going to cost. But that is incredible investment that not only are you going to have all those 2 million calls on your account, you're going to get to promote your foundation, organization, or
family name,
whatever it is. Yeah, family name, legacy. So
another challenge that I wanted to mention was when we started off, Baruch Hashem, it was like a fledgling. It was just hatched. We had a monthly, like a small, tiny,
like a baby chick?
Like a baby chick, yeah. So we had a nice little $15 a month hosting fee. $15 a month. I still remember the company. $15. Not $15,000, $15 a month. And I was like, wow, okay, this is doable. But of course, with Shimon's go-getting attitude, and with the dozens of more classes that we're recording, and the dozens of more speakers that we're uploading, and all these new features and all these new things that we're doing, Baruch Hashem, it's a little bit more than $15 a month now.
Add a few more zeros.
Wow. Right. But I'm sorry, I'm a guy, but I don't understand hosting this.
Let me explain to you, Rabbi. Let me explain to you. We have over 220,000 videos.
So
that takes up space.
Where?
Exactly.
Where is all these videos?
It's like think of it as storage space for like real stuff. Of like real stuff.
Imagine you have a Home Depot of 220,000 classes. Of the whole warehouse.
To own it it's astronomical to own those servers and to upkeep them. So we rent servers where these are, and now we don't just rent them in one location in the world where people log in to watch. We rent them in many locations.
And I'm sure many of the listeners could associate with me.
Right.
I don't understand what's a server. Sorry.
A server is where all the lectures are stored. It's a computer. It's a supercomputer.
So for every video, you need to have it backed up somewhere.
It has to be coming from somewhere.
Two different backups.
When you watch a video from Torah Anytime, it has to be taking it from somewhere. It has to be going in somewhere to pull it out so you can watch it. That's storage, okay? And there's servers that are storing these. Big fees because videos take up a lot of space.
Right.
Audios take less space.
By the way, fun fact: they're called servers because they're serving you content. Wow! Just in case some people didn't know.
I didn't know that either. And then you have bandwidth fees. Something different. What is bandwidth fees? That means how many people could log into that computer with all the Torah Anytime lectures at the same time. So let's say it's like, imagine lanes in a highway.
Oh, how many cars?
You could put 6 lanes in a highway, but then eventually, if it's too many cars, even 6 lanes, there's traffic.
Right.
So you know what? Let's make a bigger highway. Bigger highway, you pay more money.
More money.
So bigger highway, now more cars can go, more people could use it at the same time.
Right.
So we pay for when there's a lot of people on, and now we're getting 30 to 50,000 visits a day.
Wow.
A day on Torah Anytime.
That means thousands of people at the same time.
So you have to make sure it's not slow, there's no crashing. So we're paying astronomical money. So
I
anyone
don't
out
think
there,
people know this, by the way.
They don't.
It's very important that you
That's
mention
one of the things on this movie, on this documentary.
film.
We talk about what goes on behind the scenes.
But Rabbi, don't we just record and upload?
Everyone says, don't you just record and upload?
Say, what's the big deal? Just record and upload.
I was thinking
That's free.
Yeah.
Isn't it? That's free. But you know why it's free? You know why we make it free? Because there's so much behind the scenes. You know, when you drive a car, it drives so beautifully.
Yeah.
You know how many parts a car actually has?
That's
If
right.
one of the parts is gone, good luck driving the car.
That's a good muscle.
If one of the parts, how many thousands of parts a car has?
Same thing with the human body. It's Baruch and God creating us. That's
that's-
the right
So
Really
nothing
good
happens
points.
by itself. To build a website and app is more complicated than building a physical building.
Wow.
I myself didn't understand this until we did it.
It's like, guys, what's taking so long? Come on. You know, even now, we're just like, there's so much going on behind the scenes. That's why we needed more developers, and we need even more developers. As I was mentioning before,
Yes,
the $15 a month
Right.
that we were paying, as the months and the years were going on, the price was going up. The site was still free, but the donations were staying the same. So there were a few times we were in the red zone and we're like, we can't continue.
Wow.
It wasn't, we couldn't physically do it. You know what I'm saying? And we wanted to keep the site free. If there's one person who's going to be turned off or turned away and not come to the site because we're charging anything, $1 a month, whatever it is,
I remember
it's
that.
not
Not
worth
interested.
it. It's not worth it.
People say, watch your commercials. I'm like, no. Commercials are for our friends at Yeshiva World News. It's not for Torah Anytime. They're here to watch a shir. We don't want to commercialize it. Sometimes if something fits or, we put something, but not, we try to stay away from it. I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but I hope we never have to get to that point.
Right.
And
Again, every single one of all these 10 things, every single one of them, we want to make free. People say, wow, Torah Anytime is free, the app is free, and then times 10. Yes, all of that is also free. So many times it happened in the past that we were mamish in the red zone. We said, guys, what are we going to do? And nobody knows what's going on. Imagine, it's like the car's about to break down, and you have no idea that it's about to break down until it actually does. We didn't want to get to that point. We wanted to make sure we cannot get down. And every year on Tisha B'Av, we would crash.
Yeah.
We would actually.
I remember.
Yeah, I know.
remember that, 'cause
You
I
got a lot of the messages.
I got all
Exactly.
it's not working out in here.
We would leave a note a week before Tisha B'Av saying, guys, whatever you want to watch on Tisha B'Av, download right now because we're going to disable downloading on Tisha B'Av.
remember that.
Who gets that right now?
Today you don't do that stuff.
No,
Baruch
Baruch Hashem, that's where all the donations are going to. So we don't have to do that stuff. So people could watch, they could enjoy 30 programs streaming live
On
in a
Tisha B'Av.
25-hour day.
Over 500,000 users come on Tisha B'Av during those 24 hours. And Chazaq happens to be one of the top programs.
I remember
of the
that was the
25.
only program.
That's right. It was the only program. That's what started it
100%.
all.
It's all good. We're happy. The more
Right.
Torah, the better.
Chafetz Chaim,
Yes.
the famous one
Yeah,
for years, and
that's
then
right.
Baruch Hashem, we started in Beit Gabriel with that program.
Good stuff.
But I do want to take the opportunity to give a huge shout out to the team.
Yeah,
because
please.
without the team, none of this happened. Our executive director, Yosef Davis, God bless him,
Yes.
he's incredible.
I remember him before where he was today in Queens.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Like, he looked
Yeah, exactly.
Back at the computer doctor shop.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Mayor Summers, we call Mayor the Magician, running around. I'm telling you, Hashem sends us the most amazing people. Mayor Summers, Rachmim Segev, of course, Moshe Sofer, who is so big in so many ways, especially with the hotline. Thank you, Moshe Sofer. Chesky Koftal, who became our co-chairman of the board, and he really helped us get out of like the trouble we were in at the time,
Right.
and gave us chizuk and direction and guidance. And Baruch Hashem, that was a big turning point for us. So Mishkin Yecheskel, Chesky Koftal, and I'm not going to name any more because I'm going to forget a lot of people, but there's many more out there.
Dozens and dozens of people out there.
And you know who you are.
And many more, over 100 volunteers around the world. So that's not, it's just,
700 lectures a week are being recorded. Hundreds of cameras all over the world, Baruch Hashem.
So this is a question my wife's gonna be very happy about. How do your wives? Oh, and everyone's involved with klal work in schools and yeshiva. The wives.
my wife is going to be very happy with that question too.
We know your wife is an Eshet Chayil because she'll let you do what you do, and our wives as well. Because Hashem, I'm telling you, picked us the perfect wives to allow us to do this. It's truly a big sacrifice for the family. But we somehow, b'siyata d'shmaya, we make it work.
And you know what? It wouldn't have happened without their okay, and even more importantly, their bracha.
Right.
You know, their bracha to make it successful, and the reason we're matzliach,
Sure.
I can imagine, it's only because of the wives.
Fully on board, in every way
For
possible.
all the guys out there, what I do is, and my wife could be the aid, the witness, is before I leave to any venture, I ask her for a bracha.
Our label lamb 20 years ago, that was the shear I got for that.
I remember that also.
When he says, give me the bracha, give me the bracha. She's like, what bracha? The Rav said to give me a bracha. And the house is going upside down. I'll never forget that shear. That's how I first heard it. And we've been doing it as well, actually.
That's an amazing minhag.
Yeah,
An amazing custom.
And it works. It makes them part of it. Make them part of the chesed and the Torah.
It all goes back to the wives. It all goes back to the ladies. So our parents, God bless them, they gave us our first cameras. Your parents, incredible. The amount of nachat our parents are getting, it is through the roof.
Like we were discussing challenges, it wasn't easy. It definitely wasn't easy as a kid in high school to do what we were doing. And
he was a teenager. We started early. Flyers. It wasn't even called Chazaq.
That's it.
It was just a poster.
That for Shavua. That's what
it was. Just a
poster. Too many memories.
Should we show them the teenage video?
No.
Okay.
Wow.
We just showed a video of you.
Yes.
2008.
Maybe we'll put it up.
You know what? Let's play it right now. let's put it in there.
They'll put it in.
There you go.
I like to say that TorahAnytime.com, the best website in the world, has changed the lives of thousands, if not millions, hopefully one day. I like to say that every single one is upon themselves to spread the word, tell their friends, tell their neighbors, make announcements in shows, and tell everyone to watch TorahAnytime.com. Thank you and all the best.
This is Rabbi Yadi.
I can't believe I'm agreeing to this, but okay. Really good, brother. So guys, we have a final message.
Yes.
If there will be one message that you want to, both of you, one from you, one from Shimon, one from Rubin, which is interesting. Rubin is older than Shimon, but in this case, Shimon is older than Rubin.
It's all good.
But it's all good, exactly. But if there will be one message that you want Klal, so the Jewish people, the whole world to hear and to implement, of course, I'm going to say this message as a final message. Torah, raise to help me out of it. RaiseOn.com/Torah anytime.
Yes.
Right now, as we speak.
Yes. Or go to Torah Anytime, you'll see banners everywhere. We need your help, everyone. We need your help.
Let's get above and beyond the 12 million. If we get to 13
Make a team.
million.
Make a team. Yeah, I want to, before Shavuot, I want to for sure hit the goal.
Okay, that's the goal.
Okay, and remember, we're giving you hours of Torah. We're giving you hours of Torah. And not only that, if you do at least 10,000 hours, you get a plaque. It's
wow, very nice.
You do, you own 10,000 hours of Torah spreading. It's amazing. It's beautiful. So TorahAnytime.com. So what was the question?
A nice takeaway.
One takeaway, one final message. And whoever's watching the film after a few years, people are like, you're talking about this event coming up, that event coming up. We're watching like years later, thanks to Torah Anytime videos.
Exactly.
You could still contribute towards the amazing organization that always looking to
By then, we're going to have hologram, virtual reality, all types of ways of sharing. We'll bring back the Chavetz Chaim as at the chef somehow. Wow. AI or something.
I love these ideas. So one message, one final takeaway, chizuk, inspiration, story, insight.
So I'm just one piece of advice that I got from one of my mentors, and I shared it with my brother years ago, and I try to live to this as well. This is something that everyone could do. And the advice is pick one thing that you want to be good at, okay, and practice it and put all your attention to it and become the best at it. Pick one thing, whatever that thing is. Put thousands of hours in practice into it, in investment into it, and just be the best at one thing.
Wow.
Be the best you could be on one thing. And everyone, I'm telling you, and I promise you, has it in them. It doesn't have to be a big thing. It could be a small thing. But just at least one thing and give it all you got and take it seriously. And it could be a mitzvah that's associated to chesed, but make it your baby. Make it yours forever. Powerful. That's something I heard once and I try to live by it.
Amazing. And is your thing Torah Anytime? Just for the record?
What do you mean? No, spreading Torah.
Spreading Torah.
Spreading Torah. Concept spreading Torah.
Any way possible. Just to piggyback off what Shimon said, see, everyone is in this world not to wake up, go to work, eat, and go to sleep, and wake up and repeat. That's not what it's about. If that's what's going on,
sounds depressing.
If that's what's going on in your life, anybody watching this, if you're still watching this, good news, you could still do something about it. Okay?
Right.
Now, you could change one small thing a day, a small, tiny thing. It doesn't have to be an all-day venture, an all-day event. You don't have to know the biggest people in the world. You don't have to know Rabbanim. You don't have to know celebrities. You don't have to have connections with this or that person. Not at all. Every person was born with their backpack of the tools that they need for the reason Hashem put them in this world for. You know, when I daven, or when I give someone a bracha, I said, may Hashem look down upon you and say, this is why I created Shimon. This is why I created David, or Chaim, or Rivka, or Rachel,
or Rabbi Yaniv.
But again, I don't want it to go. I don't want it to go back to us and things that we've done. Everyone has their own backpack. It could be a little backpack.
Right.
But without your backpack, like Rabbi Wallerstein, he said it best. If Hashem didn't think that you were important to wake up this morning, you wouldn't wake up this morning.
Powerful.
If he didn't think you had something to contribute to the world, you wouldn't have woken up this morning. Just because billions of people woke up this morning doesn't mean you should say, hey, okay, I woke up this morning, I'll wake up tomorrow morning. It doesn't work like that.
Right.
You have to say, why am I here? To wake up, to eat, to go to sleep, to wake up, to go to work, to go to sleep.
How do you say work in Russian?
Rabota.
Robot.
There we go. I like that.
Wake up, go to work, go to sleep.
Just at your headquarters here, you have so many people working. Each one does their thing. And guess what? They're involved as if they're the whole Chazaq themselves.
100%.
We as well. All our workers, all the volunteers, each one is doing their little piece. And you know how good they feel?
Yeah.
Or what they do? They come end of the day, wow, what a difference we made. There's nothing like it. Everyone could do it, no matter what the situation in life is.
And you know, in any project that goes on, 98% of the people are actually behind the scenes. You don't see them.
Right.
The 2%, you know who they are. But without those 98%, there's 2%. What's 2%?
Nothing.
Pretty much nothing. So everyone could do their, whatever it is in this world. Again, whatever it is in this world. It could be every person you see, just give them a smile that day. Say hello to them. You know how many doses that I've seen that it saved people's lives or lifted up people from saying, wow, I remember you. I went to high school with you. You know, you were a really nice guy. I remember what you did for that person. Amazing. At 1 o'clock in the morning, they saw him at the grocery store. And then they get a phone call from that guy the next day. He said, you know what you just did? I actually went to the grocery store to buy some materials to do something to myself. Chas v'shalom. But because you said that to me, what did it cost this guy to smile, to give this guy a good word? Nothing. Everybody has the opportunity to do that. Don't downplay these small things because they're not small. They're lifesavers. Everyone has that opportunity.
Powerful.
Everyone.
Amazing. Things that come out of the heart, enter the heart. Sure. Very inspiring.
All heart.
God bless the Torah Time brothers. Shimon and Rubin.
It's really a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for all that you do for clients and Jewish people.
Thank you.
Let's this campaign together. Should be so good to see Mashiach to teenage come big Rabbi Rubin. Amen. We always thank Torah anytime at the end.
Yes,
all the podcast players.
Thank you, Chazaq, too.
Shout out to Daily Giving. We give them a shout out for all that they do. $1 a day goes very, very far away.
DailyGiving.org.
Yes.
Sign up. That is the most amazing thing.
Unbelievable. One thought, one person, one idea, one vision.
That's all it takes.
One man, one idea.
Rabbi, Natan, Meir, the whole team over here at Chazaq. Thank you very much. Tuesday nights, Chazaq Torah Talks, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Special guest next week. We have Rabbi Tovia Singer.
Wow.
Amazing guests every single week. Baruch Hashem. Join us, spread the word, and take the messages to heart. Don't let it go in one ear and out the other. And don't forget, I'm reminding you again, help me out with the website, guys.
Raiseson.com/TorahAnytime. And even if you're watching this after the campaign, make the donation anyway. Yes. Be a part of 12 million hours a year of Torah spreading.
Amazing.
Thank you. We love you. God bless you. All the best.
Amen. Wow. I got such
Had fun?
I love it. That was amazing. Gotta do more often.
That was very energetic.
Oh my gosh, the energy was huge.
Was that?